To order our Sherwood Urban Renewal Agency Board of Directors. It's a board meeting. It's not a work session. It is a board meeting for Tuesday, October 16th, 2020. Roll call.
Chair Mays.
Here.
Vice Chair Rosner.
Here.
Councilmember Rouse. Here. Councilmember Garland.
Here.
Excuse me, Board Member Young. Here. Board Member Griffin.
Here.
And Board Member Scott.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. We have two items on a consent agenda this evening. Item A is approval of the April 2nd, 2019 URA board meeting minutes. Just the other day, it seemed like another world, another lifetime. And then item B is approval of the June 16th, 2020 URA board meeting minutes.
I move consent.
Second. Moved and seconded. Moved by Kim, seconded by Tim. All in favor of the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, board. One item under new business. It is URA Resolution 2020-003. It's October, and it's the third resolution for the year. Again, I apologize. I diverted from the title. URA Resolution 2020-003, approving Amendment 16 to the Sherwood Urban Renewal Plan, dated August 29, 2000, to reduce the area boundary. Bruce.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start. His name is on it, but he was busily and wonderfully getting all the grant information out for the businesses, and so I actually worked with Elaine to put this together. He could certainly answer questions as well, but fairly short presentation. Basically, we had a work session with council a few months ago where we were discussing the URA feasibility, and in order to maximize the area for a new URA, which will come to you at a later date, and you actually passed a resolution forming a committee earlier this evening at council. In order to maximize the area, we need to reduce the area of our existing urban renewal. So the consultants and staff worked to evaluate what the maximum area that we could reduce it to while still retaining enough revenue to complete our obligations. And so basically what is before you is the document that makes that happen, along with a very lengthy legal description that allows that to happen. And happy to answer any questions if you have any, but we respectfully recommend and request that you adopt Resolution 2020-003 to reduce the size of the existing URA. Mayor, I think you're on mute.
Thank you. Yes, not on mute. Bruce, you're not losing your hearing like me.
I got my board.
You're all good. Thank you, Julia, and your team for putting this together quickly. Greatly appreciated to help with our potential creation of a new URA. Other questions for Julia or her team? Discussion. Motion.
I'll make a motion. I'll move that we approve URA Resolution 2020-003, approving Amendment 16 to the Sherwood Urban Renewal Plan dated August 29, 2000 to reduce the area boundary.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? We are a talkative bunch. I think we're going to adjourn in 30 seconds. You're wrong. Like, well, I was so surprised. All in favor of the motion to approve URA Resolution 2020-003, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Julia, Bruce, and team.
Meeting adjourned.
No, we got more stuff to churn on, to talk about. A good hour.
It's not on the agenda.
Have fun. Anything to contribute? Yes, I have something to contribute. Quick question. So we have the Sherwood Urban Renewal Agency Board of Directors for our Urban Renewal District. If we form a second district, do we have to form a separate board and have separate meetings for each district?
My understanding is yes.
But it's just it's a process that question.
Yeah, my understanding is yes, and that's actually one of the advantages of doing one new URA versus 3 new URAs, or 2, which is what was being discussed. But and Josh, I think you're still on, so correct me if I'm wrong, but until such time as the existing URA goes away, and at some point, if we have 2 going on at the same time, we might want to name them to distinguish with,
that was my next
then we will have 2 separate meetings, 2 separate agencies, and 2 separate boards.
Yeah, Julie, we can verify that, but my understanding is that's correct. It's 2 separate legal entities, 2 separate boards, even though they're the same people, separate meetings, all that. Yeah.
Well, you could have one meeting with...
request back to that.
Yeah. Yeah, not meetings on different days.
Yes.
So, yeah, that will be something. Go ahead.
I suggest naming it old URA, new URA.
Or 2020 URA versus...
Come on, we can be more creative than that.
And this is one of many opportunities to flex that creative whatever part of your brain, which I do not have. So
well, we can do like hurricanes, and we can have URA Cindy and URA Delta.
You do Jefferson Airplane and Jefferson Starship. Music reference, anyone?
Okay, until we get some good creative ideas. I know there's better than this.
Or David Van Halen and Sammy Van Halen.
Or URA Coleman.
Oh, I like that one.
Probably wasn't a good night to bring up Van Halen.
Hey, good point.
That's why I brought it up. Gotta remember them.
So homework to think of names for the one for the existing renewal agency that has a couple years left before it phases out, and a rockin' name for the new one.
Well, I think that
20 years.
from a practical point of view, could staff put a committee together with some citizens, a citizens board to come up with a name?
Oh,
Public house.
Sure.
Tim, are you running for re-election or something?
We'll just we'll have to advertise for people that might want to serve on that committee, and then have an interview and bring that in front of council.
online surveys.
All right. So Tim is truly daring me to adjourn because it's getting so wackety.
That's exactly what's happening.
Anything else for the good of the Urban Renewal Agency before we adjourn?
No.
Have a great week, everybody.